Dobar dan. Hello everyone. My name is Robert Križanić and I am director of the Institute Povod, which is hosting you today here. Most of us, we know each other, or you know me, or I know most of you, as we are interacting daily on different programs, which are connected to development and cooperation in the youth field, particularly in the developing of the entrepreneurship skills, entrepreneurship mind for young people who wants to contribute to the society through their economy steps, to their entrepreneurship actions, and to sustainability through that. I mentioned sustainability as this is one of the most important aspects of these days. And you are all familiar till now, I suppose, by the Agenda 2030, so-called Sustainable Agenda 2030, which was or is agreement among all countries in the world, which is supposed to make our life and in our societies on the planet until the 2030 more sustainable and better quality and less inequalities for all of us in the world. So we are living in the times which are requiring the actions, in the times which are requiring changes. And that's why in our programs we are not talking just about what to do and how to be a good businessman, how to develop entrepreneurship idea, but sustainability is the key. It's the key point in this discussion in the development of entrepreneurship and the economy in the large scale. The key thing in the economy and entrepreneurship, when we are talking about sustainability, are definitely two. These are first circular economy, which we will learn more about it today, and corporate social responsibility, about which we will hear today more as well. So this event today is happening because of the support of the American Embassy in Slovenia, and we are very grateful for the cooperation we had, and we organized this event together. So it's not just their financial contribution that we are able to organize the event, but they are also participating with their knowledge and links, the capacity through their experts from the United States. As everyone who will speak today after me is more important and more knowledgeable in all these things that I was trying to introduce you now, I will not be long anymore. I just want to say thank you again to all to contribute to this program and to attend today to our event. Our event will last for about 2 hours now, and after that we will have a nice catering here, which is prepared and arranged by the Syrian woman who has a refugee status in Slovenia, and she is just in the starting point of her entrepreneurship in the field of cuisine, catering, and similar. And I hope so. She is somehow maybe testing on us, but I think that everything should be fine. Also here, when you came here, you were welcomed by lovely coffee, tea, and the little snacks from Skuhna. Skuhna is also a social entrepreneurship company. It's a restaurant in Ljubljana, which is getting quite famous because of their program and their attitude. But Skuhna is a restaurant, it's a social initiative which is organized by immigrants in Slovenia, and also they are presenting the worldwide cuisine. Next to the catering later, as our program is towards sustainability in all fields, as you see also in catering. So last but not least, as we are in Slovenia and wine culture is very important here, next to the catering we will have also original ecological wines from one wine producer in Slovenia, and I hope you will all enjoy that. For now, this should be enough from me, and now I would like to invite here on the stage Mr. Luka Pišković. He is founder and managing director of this whole complex called Polygon. It's also very famous in the field of entrepreneurship, startups, co-working in Ljubljana, but I will not spoil anything with my descriptions because he is the perfect to explain all of us what is here. And of course, we will be welcome to ask anything after his intervention. Thank you very much.
Hey, hello everyone, and super welcome to Polygon and to Ljubljana, of course. Just a second, let me get my presentation. So, where is it? Okay, a few photos, so you will know a little bit more what I'm talking about. So, super welcome to Polygon. Okay, let me just start this. Okay. Okay. Done. Welcome. So, Polygon is a creative hub. We are also registered as a private NGO. We have a status of social entrepreneurial company. Established completely bottom up from the community based on the needs of the community. You are here today in an old tobacco factory that 100 years ago was super important in Ljubljana because it employed almost 20% of all the women in Ljubljana who were employed at that time, and it was actually one of the first opportunities for women to get employment in Slovenia and in Ljubljana. It was super socially responsible because women had really good working conditions. They even had childcare here on the premises, so they could bring their kids here and they were taken well care of. They had library, and they were actually the first ones to have pension funds in Slovenia, besides policemen, postmen, and firemen. So it is kind of good karma in this complex, in these buildings, already for hundreds of years. Now, like 8 years ago, this whole complex was bought by a private investor who went bankrupt, and now it's being sold in the bankruptcy procedure and so on and so on. So we found this place I think 6 years ago. In February, it was actually 5 years since Polygon was established and launched as a first Slovenian creative hub, with the idea to actually provide workspace for young creatives, entrepreneurs, startups, but also creative communities in Ljubljana that don't have a permanent space. So this is like one huge space where people come and work. Some work here every day, some come here once per week or a couple of times per month. Others use it for meetings and stuff like that. But besides providing this workspace, so people don't work home alone, and this is especially focused on freelancers. So we know that today there is a huge and rising population of freelancers, people who are either kind of choosing this career path of working alone or independently, or are actually forced to do that because there is kind of less opportunities for jobs for them. So, catering the needs of these people, the main thing besides offering the workspace, of course, is the community. With the community, we think about people who share the same values, have the same problems, have the same goals, and of course, by them working alongside each other, getting to know each other, trust builds among them. And trust, I think, is the most important thing that enables them to actually start collaborating on the projects, start sharing their know-how, or start sharing their ideas, and start developing new projects. And this is, I think, the most important thing. And also when starting these projects, social capital that is generated in this community is the most important. So when you want to start a project, of course you don't have money, you're still looking for investors or other ways of getting the money. Of course, the people who can help you at this stage by this social capital are the most important ones. They are the ones who will really kind of start working on your project together and of course kick it off. So in the last 5 years, over 900 people worked here, mostly aged between 20 and 40 years old. And what surprised us a lot is that we had a lot of also foreigners. So people who are traveling, so-called digital nomads coming here, bringing their own knowledge here, bringing their own social kind of networks into the space, and of course bringing additional opportunities for our community members to work on different projects. And these people actually came from 37 countries, from all over the world. So this is like a very, very good addition to our community. But besides people who actually work here on a daily or weekly basis, Polygon, as mentioned before, is also a space where a lot of communities, different communities meet. We have a lot of meetups here where knowledge is shared and presented, where there are a lot of networking opportunities, where people from different professions can actually meet once per month and share their experience. Jobs are being offered or new collaborations are being developed. We have a lot of workshops on different topics, especially focused on the creative and cultural sector, but also social entrepreneurship and startups. We host a lot of conferences, either in co-production with organizers, or completely host them or completely organize them, based on the topics that we identify in the community that are important and that people want to learn more about them. It is also the space where different NGOs are organizing their events. So the idea is to bring the problems that NGOs are working on to the youth, to the creatives, and give them opportunities to actually solve them with different entrepreneurial kind of ideas or projects. These are also some examples of bigger events that we hosted here, like Mini Maker Fair, that is promoting the culture of makers, like robotics, 3D printers and stuff like that. Fairs where young creative people can actually sell their products, like Artish, and more unconventional conventions like the sci-fi convention that attracted more than 1,000 people. In the space behind us, it's also our gallery, where we host a lot of artists in artist residencies, also from abroad, different kind of exhibitions or performances, but most importantly also different products that are being developed in the community. This is a nice example of projects done by girls who work here in Polygon. It is a project called Toasted Furniture. So this is recycled plastic that is actually kind of grinded, and then in this big, huge toaster, these kind of boards are being made while the plastic is melted. So it's a recycling, upcycling process, and the end result is furniture like this. That is completely recycled and super kind of interesting for different interior designers, people who want to have interesting pieces in their flats, and so on and so on. So to support these entrepreneurial projects, we have a lot of mentorship programs, varying from finances, intellectual property, service design, managing and setting up the production. They are all free. We are happy when we get some funds that enable us to actually do these kind of projects. And they're, of course, super popular. In 2 months, we had over like 100 these kind of mentorships with different startups or young creatives. And of course, this is, I could say, one of the biggest challenges of Polygon as a private NGO and a social enterprise, since, of course, our government doesn't provide any funds whatsoever, or the city. So we are forced to kind of pay like a huge rent for this space that is, as you can see, quite big. It's over 1,200 square meters. And of course, we are sometimes struggling to get the much needed funds to provide these kind of programs, but we are kind of through our kind of enterprise activities, renting the space, organizing different kind of events to raise the funds and to enable these kind of programs. 5 years ago, for example, we started Slovenia crowdfunding initiative with an idea to introduce crowdfunding. As you might all know what crowdfunding is, so raising money on different crowdfunding platforms, so to enable young creative people to actually raise money and start their projects. This was one of the projects from the community. For example, this is a rollable fender for bikes that you can roll when you need it and put it, or unroll it and put it on the bike when it's raining. So, for example, this is Yuri, industrial designer. He needed $10,000 to start the production of this fender. He had a successful crowdfunding campaign that raised over $44,000 on Kickstarter. And now, 5 years later, these rollable fenders are being sold from Berlin to Tokyo to San Francisco, being sold online, and so on and so on. Of course, this kind of project wouldn't be possible without the social capital and the help of the community that really helped Yuri set up the crowdfunding campaign, did the video, photos, logo, texts, and everything. And of course, it wouldn't be possible by a vibrant community here that we have that enabled us to share the knowledge among successful crowdfunding campaigns in Slovenia. So, for example, in the last 5 years, Slovenians raised over 4 million euros by crowdfunding to start these kind of projects. This was really, what really helped these kind of successes, community, and sharing the knowledge. What were the errors, what were the mistakes in previous campaigns, what can be done better. So campaigns were really successful. Also, US Embassy helped us with funding of series of events that kind of brought in the knowledge and experience also from the United States of how to do successful crowdfunding campaigns. And it really made a huge impact, especially in the times after the recession, where of course young creatives were not able to get bank loans or investors for such small projects. One thing that we are really focused on is also mobility. So mobility of creatives and youngsters. So One Co-working is a project that we are part of and that enables our members of our space to actually use similar spaces around the world for free when they are traveling. But we are also doing Erasmus for entrepreneurs that you also might know for exchanges of less experienced entrepreneurs with more experienced ones. So we are sending young creatives from Slovenia to more experienced professionals around Europe. It's a super great program and we are having really good results. So as you know, Slovenia is super small, and for us these kind of international collaborations are super important. This is why we are also active members in European Creative Hubs network. It's a network of similar spaces as Polygon, coming from all over Europe. We are actually part of the board of the directors, and there is a lot of kind of opportunities for such hubs in such network, for collaborating together, applying together for different projects, but most importantly sharing experience and of course developing content and events that really help develop young entrepreneurship, social entrepreneurship, and of course solving the challenges that we all have in our countries with ecology, society, economy, and so on and so on. So, as mentioned before, creative and cultural industries are our focus. This is one of the really important fields that can have impact in almost all the fields of economy, society, but it's also, from our point, very important in solving different kind of problems that we all face. So how creative forces can be used to tackle the problems. One of the good examples that we worked on is Moldova, where with USAID we were contracted as consultants and set up their whole strategy for development of the creative sector. As a result, Creative Industries Association in Moldova was actually established, connecting all the key actors in the creative industries, and with help of USAID, of course, there are now programs that kind of bring in the knowledge and facilitate their skills development, open up opportunities for their business development, and so on. Also, another thing that we are doing internationally is helping develop creative hubs all over the world. At the moment, we have just finished a project in Moldova, again with the help of USA. The grand opening will be on June 3rd. It will be a super nice building that will foster the development of creative industries in Chisinau, the capital in Moldova. Now we are also working in Georgia, in Tbilisi, in Kutaisi, and of course also in Montenegro on another project of developing such spaces. While we believe, and also the European Commission is now super kind of excited about creative hubs, the creative hubs really are platforms for development of creative industries, youth entrepreneurship, startups, and of course also, as mentioned before, platforms for finding solutions to the problems that we are facing today. So this was like a short overview of what we do. Of course, there is a lot of things that I can tell you about what's going on in Polygon. More than 1,000 events in the last 5 years, more than 40,000 people coming to these kind of events, and so on and so on. But maybe you have some kind of questions about what we do. Yes, please.
It's not more about what we do, but thank you for the presentation. I wanted to ask what should be done, what kind of environment, the environment, and what kind of, sorry. I guess it's okay.
I can hear you, others can hear you.
I will be what kind of conditions and what kind of environment should be done in order to create a Polygon Creative Center?
So
this is the first question.
Yes, when setting up such space, the most important thing is of course community, you know, so people who will use it. We see a lot of examples of such spaces being empty, you know, a lot of investment in such spaces, super nice tables, everything super nice, but super empty. Wherever we go, we see such cases. So the most important thing is to build a community. And for example, in Moldova, before opening the Creative Hub, and also here when we did, before opening the Polygon, we spent almost 2 years building the community. So when we opened the doors, it was immediately full, you know. Also involving the community to co-create the space, to tell what are their needs, what kind of content that they want in the space. So this co-creation process, when establishing such space, is super important, you know. Wherever we are developing new creative hubs, we always work with different communities, with different stakeholders, who will later on, when the doors open and when the ribbon is cut, start using the space immediately. The worst thing that can happen is, of course, empty space, and we don't want that to happen.
I guess you already responded for the second question, but again, can you, this is the Center for Creative People, for the people who bring some innovations and some new ideas. I don't know how to bring them together.
How to bring them together?
How to bring them together.
Yes. So mostly, you know, it's events that bring people together. It's the content. It's super good if you have funding that you can organize events that bring in new knowledge. And new knowledge always attracts people to come to the events where they can meet, where they can network. Various workshops, hackathons, and these kind of things are always generators of the community. And of course, it's super important, a role in managing and developing such communities is, of course, a community manager. The person who is in charge and of being the central point of the community, or several persons, several people who do that, who are actually communicating with the community, organizing events and different activities. Community management is one of the really important assets and skills that is now very fastly developing. And in that reason, because there is such interest in development of this skill, we started to develop workshops on that. So in November, we will have a workshop for that in Slovakia. And in Cappadocia, in Turkey, I think in October or September, there will be similar workshop. How to develop communities, how to manage them, how to promote them, how to grow them, and how to, of course, attract community members.
The final question, how to make the crowdfunding work?
Yeah, so this is usually, of course, many times people underestimate crowdfunding. They think, you post a video on a crowdfunding platform and money starts coming in. So, through all this experience, we have developed our own methodology and do a lot of workshops on how to do a successful crowdfunding campaign. The most important thing is, of course, communication strategy. So, when you start your campaign on a crowdfunding platform, very little people will know about it. The most important thing is to let the community know about it, let the media know about it, let your potential backers, your target groups know about it. And this is why working on a crowdfunding platform really requires a multidisciplinary team of designers, video makers, photographers, so that they can really make this hype and communication strategy that will attract and know people about this campaign so they will come and actually support it. I think this is the key.
Thank you.
Any more questions?
Well, maybe a little bit precision with those events you told that you are building your community up with those, like what kind of event? Because now you have Polygon, you have a place to attract them. But before, like, how did you start? Like from like small example, how did it really happen?
Yeah, so mostly communities are formed about a certain topic. So, topic that attracts certain people. So, these kind of meetups and community meetings can start in a bar, or we were super lucky to have support of Kino Šiška. Kino Šiška is a center for urban culture, former cinema transformed into a cultural center. They mostly have concerts in the evening, but during the day it was empty. So for 2 years we organized every Thursday from 9 to 5 a co-working space there. So people could actually come and use that space as their office, meet their clients there, and so on and so on. So people who would usually work home alone in their pajamas all day actually had a place to go, they had tables there, and they could actually work there every Thursday. So this is how they got to meet the concept of co-working. So they would later on join us here in Polygon, but also to meet each other, start collaborating together, and so on and so on. So even if you don't have permanent space, you can start doing events in various other places, and then of course when you open the space, move everything in such a space. That would be the strategy. Okay?
Is there any other hubs in Ljubljana similar to this or in Slovenia?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I think they are all a little bit different. We have ABC Hub in Ljubljana that is also quite big, but it's more focused on startups. We have several smaller co-working spaces. We have a great example of hub specialized for social entrepreneurship in Maribor called Kalka, for example. So they are. But of course, I would be super glad if there would be more. And of course, I would be super glad if our government would have a strategy to support the development of such hubs, either by providing the space. Cities always have a lot of empty spaces that could be given to communities to develop hubs, or to provide finances for different kind of events, for speakers, conferences, and stuff like that. We are completely lacking this in Slovenia, unfortunately. Okay? If this is it, I would like to thank you for your attention, and of course, enjoy your stay in Polygon today.
Thank you, Luca, for this contribution, and I think it's also encouragement, and hopefully, especially for those who are still thinking to start something or not to start something, to do it or not to do it. I mean, that have to be the first step. Then you have to find someone, and two people are already community. So if there is a good will, there shouldn't be an obstacle to meet and then develop. And when you come to the places like a Polygon, We are very happy that we are actually hosted here because it's a perfect example of this, what we are trying to encourage the youth, especially the young people who are in the path, to seek the way how to do the things that they can start it together with already successful initiatives like Polygon. Now our institution, Povod, has a quite broad international cooperation, and we are also part in another program called Bridge between Europe and Asia. And as we have a few representatives of this program these days in Slovenia with us, and I can say it's a really useful program for our youth members from our association, and for us, the staff from the organizations, some from Europe, some from Asia, that are working in the field to support the young people. We are not here just to learn from this program, but we organized and we set this conference with the support of the US Embassy, also to give the input to this international program and the international cooperation in the other frame. So now I would like to invite Michał. I will not break my tongue with the Polish surnames, I'm sorry, but I will learn it now, I promise.
Okay.
So Michał is a coordinator of this program, and he will tell us a few words what is the aim, the mission of this program, what are the outputs, and of course, great that you are open to accept this kind of program to learn from.
Thank you, Robert. My name is Michał Pietrzok. It's not so difficult. I'm coming here from a Polish organization called European Outsourcing Institute. We are a very small foundation, but we have a big dreams. And I think that this project fulfilled one of them. Okay, on the beginning also I would like to thank to Povod Institute, our partners in the project, that they invited us here to this conference. Also to the members of the American Embassy that they could support us here on this event. And as Robert mentioned, I'm here because of this project, which you can see on this visual on your left. What's the project about? Like you said already that this project brought together several organizations from several countries. So I'm glad to see here partners from China, Indonesia, Kyrgyzstan, Turkey, Slovenia, and Lithuania. It's our 5th international meeting in the project. It gave us really great chance to meet each other much better. I can say like 1.5 years ago when we started, our main aims were like to build cooperation between the youth entrepreneurs from Europe and Asia through raising the capacity of youth and also youth organizations. And I can say that even our project was basically focused on the youth entrepreneurship. Nowadays, we could already evaluate a little bit the outcomes, and we could see that it really helped us, our organizations, a lot to develop in our own aims. Yeah, like we were not trying to put everyone in the same frame, in the same box, but we are really glad that every organization used this project in their own needs. I even asked our friends what it gave them, yeah? Like what are the really outcomes, and I can say like starting from us as coordinator, it gave us a really good chance to go further. Yeah? Like it raised our recognition in the national level, in the international level, and as an example, I can say that thanks to this project, we could start cooperation with the Tbilisi, which is capital city of Georgia, as their partner in the similar project like that. So the small organization from very small town in Poland now is the partner of Tbilisi. From the other side, our partners from Turkey and Kyrgyzstan, they didn't work on the entrepreneurship before. And it was a chance for them to start and to build on it. Like our partners from Bishkek, from Kyrgyzstan, they started even to lobby on the policy making level. They would like to build, they would like to start the discussion, they already started the discussion about the social entrepreneurship policy in Kyrgyzstan, which didn't exist and still doesn't exist, yes? But they found out that it's really important to think about it. Also, I can give the example of the first upcycling project, which was held in, which still is going on in Kyrgyzstan, with the name of, sorry, what was the name, Nazik? What was the name? Waste to income. Yeah, waste to income. Sorry, it was my mistake. But it is very important. Very important to see this kind of even small activities, but growing to. It wasn't planned in the project. Yeah, it means that you use it. You use our small project to build something else. Our Chinese friends built 3 new they started and incubated 3 new NGOs, which are run through the young mothers, and now those NGOs in the local communities are helping to develop the kids, which are after school, it's not after school activities or even for younger kids. Then partners from Lithuania got inspired and now they are preparing their own project about the topic of the social entrepreneurship, and also they found out that they need to strengthen their inner team, their staff team, and now they are working on it. So this is also important that these organizations are strengthening from inside. Indonesian partner from Bali, they started and finalized a successful mentorship program. They made mentorship for the young entrepreneurs in Indonesia, as the unemployment level in this country is quite high. Is the chance for the young people, and already we can see the results. Several entrepreneurs could launch their own new products to the market with the success. Also, this project allowed them to strengthen the local network. They established some better bonds with the university, with some local business. And not to forget about Pobot. We know them as a very strong networking organization. So still, Pobot is strengthening the network, and already they managed to use our project as a reference for some future cooperation in the other projects. Last but not least, we as coordinator, we already applied for the continuation of Bridge project. We would like to continue this project, mostly focusing on the youth work, on the non-formal education, in connection with the entrepreneurship, especially because we found out in our Bridge project that this concept of the non-formal education, experiential learning, is totally different in Asia than in Europe. And we believe that together, if we will have the chance to work together another 2 years, we can build better bonds, and we can really spread this non-formal education system also across Asia. And what I want to say at the end, that the project is still not over. We have another chance to meet, the last chance in the Bridge, and soon, in 2 months, we're going to Kyrgyzstan to one more time to meet, and this time to have a chance to spread exactly the non-formal education and our idea, our entrepreneurship programs to youth from the Central Asia during one of the big events held in Kyrgyzstan. So I hope that it will be not finish of our cooperation, but just the next point. Thank you. Just one short remark, because already former speaker Luca was saying about Erasmus for young entrepreneurs. This project was founded by Erasmus+, like I would say the elder brother. And if you would like to be interested about Erasmus+, then also please ask, or we can talk later during the lunch. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Michał. I think that was inspiring, like the whole cooperation is already inspiring, like every international cooperation itself is already giving the added value, as well as the event today. And we believe that also the event today that we are hosting in Slovenia, and today the event which is organized together with the American Embassy will give a great contribution to the knowledge and the information to our international guests, and to increase the impact which we already have through our work and our cooperation, particularly in this bridge program. So now in this second, we are going to be a little bit transformative. We will now do the check with Washington if the line is working before our next speaker, who will be online with us. So we are just now checking the call, and after the check, we will give them a few minutes to prepare, and during these 5 minutes, we will have some greetings from the U.S. Embassy in Ljubljana. So I'm just asking you now for a little bit of patience.
Hello. Philip has not joined yet, so I've been here, so he has not joined yet.
Okay.
So I'll let you know when he joins, okay?
Yes, we are actually right now in the hall in the middle of the program, as you see. So, yes, we have been going since 12. So right now we are trying with you, and we will continue with our program till the turn of your speaker.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I can hear you guys. You can see me and hear me. I see myself in the background. So when he joins, we'll be good.
Can you ask me how many minutes Philip can be ready?
In how many minutes Philip can be ready?
I haven't heard from him. I can email him. Yeah, I haven't. I've been on since like 6:30, and he has not joined, so I can start emailing him. All right, so maybe he'll join like in the next 10 or so minutes.
Okay, thank you.
10 to 15 minutes.
In 15 minutes. In 15 minutes will be great.
Okay, so
Thank
I
you.
wish I could get a hold of him.
Okay, thank you. Till soon.
No, you just said now, say that a few minutes free. Okay, so the lines with Washington are working. That's great to see. So now I'm inviting to the stage the public affairs officer from the U.S. Embassy in Ljubljana, Mrs. G.B. Liddy. Thank you very much for your cooperation, your support, and welcome, of course, to our event.
Great, thank you. I am so glad to have such a diverse audience here. This is really great, and we're proud to sponsor this event and hope that you all get a lot out of it. I am not young, I am not creative, and I am not an entrepreneur, which is why we've arranged to have somebody much more qualified to speak to you today to provide the American perspective. But I think it's an important point to say that in the United States, change is rarely policy driven. It's rarely government driven. And so it's pretty fitting that we have someone from the private sector talking about these issues, because more often than not, it is business, it is civil society, it is students and individuals who drive changes in the United States. We have a long history, obviously, of innovation, and the heart of the US economy is really small to medium enterprises. You know the big names in US industry, but the basis of our economy is actually small businesses established by entrepreneurs who had an idea and who were willing to fail over and over and over again, quite often, to finally make a go of it. These young people and small businesses have access to new opportunities, obviously with global markets and with digital marketing. And so part of our job as the embassy is to connect them with their colleagues and markets overseas to look for synergies and places where businesses and new investors can work together, both in new sectors and old. And there's a lot of that going on, particularly here in Slovenia, because of the natural relationship we have in business with a lot of the both green and tech sectors in which Slovenia is so strong. Just to give you an example of how we do that in the embassy, we just led a delegation of Slovene businesses small businesses who work in the natural products industry, which is very, very big here. And we took them to the Natural Products Expo in Los Angeles to try and expose them to new investors and new partners and new business opportunities. And then the other things we do, we also have Slovene businesses attending the Global Entrepreneurship Summit coming up in a few weeks in the Netherlands, which again is a chance for entrepreneurs and investors to get together and find opportunities. For young people, we have the Summer Economics Institute, which we run with our colleagues in the American Chamber of Commerce. And that allows for young people interested in business and entrepreneurship to have internships with businesses here in Slovenia, and to spend part of their summer getting real hands-on experience, which we think is critically important to young entrepreneurs. So we also try and focus on sharing American expertise in business and entrepreneurship, and also really promoting our shared values, things like corporate social responsibility. So those last two, sharing our experience and promoting our shared values, are why we are very pleased to have been fortunate enough to get Philip Harding to talk to us via video link, hopefully, here this morning. He runs an organization called Impact Junkie. He spent years in the startup world, but then decided to turn his focus to social entrepreneurship. And I'm going to read a quote from his website about why he decided to do this. He decided that he was going to be passionate about applying the best entrepreneurial private solutions to the world's largest public problems, which I think is really fascinating and something that you all obviously care deeply about, or you wouldn't be here. He's got a classic American story, and he'll probably tell you a little bit about it perhaps, but this is a guy who's the first in his family ever to go to college. He started out in a small community college, worked hard, did exceedingly well, ended up getting a bachelor's degree and a master's degree, and leaving a significant footprint on a little university that you guys probably know, Harvard. He did quite well there. He's worked on projects for the White House and for the Pentagon, and now we're very, very fortunate that he works closely with the State Department in doing global outreach and sharing new ideas and innovation. So we're going to test the line here in a few minutes, and then hopefully have him on. And I encourage you to ask him really tough questions about everything he's done, and his philosophies and his ideas, because that's why we're here today. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much. So I think this was a great introduction now. So let's see now if the line is working. I think we can, you know, have a glass of water or something. We can have a 5 minutes break if somebody needs a toilet or a water. And then I think that in 5-6 minutes we are online and we start the presentation.
So we are doing the test right now, and we shall start in 5 minutes. In 5 minutes we should start. So there are just 5 minutes break, and we'll start after 5 minutes. You guys can hear me?
Yes, yeah, it'll be fine. It's fine. For short talk, it'll be fine. Okay.
Do you want to start off on the screen? Because we recommend that you like start off with your page for like the first minute or two.
Sure.
Yeah. Tanya, is everything okay?
Yes, everything is good. We start in 4 minutes.
Okay, that's fine.
So just to see
I think.
She is also a couple of extra.
So Tanya, just a word of so Tanya, I would just take the view from.
Okay, hi Philip, do you hear me right now?
Yes.
Okay, great. So we shall start now. Our various and diverse audience is here.
Tanya, just before you start, do you want to change your view from gallery view to speaker view?
Change what?
Your viewpoint, because I can see your, the three of us, so do you want to change it to speaker view? If you go to the top right, you just see, and it says speaker gallery, and if you hit it, you'll see full screen. Yes. Is that better? There you go, perfect.
Okay, so Philip, the floor is yours.
All right, well, hello everyone. It's an honor to be here, or to be there. I don't know where I am. I think I'm there this fall. I wish I was there in person, but thanks for allowing me.
I'm sorry, Tanya, can you mute your end, the feedback? We can hear ourselves, so can you mute the computer? Your computer?
Can you check if it's better now? Ask for the test.
Okay, is it good now?
So Phillips, try talking now. I think
How's that? Can you all still hear us?